Hi, I'm Aron Bernstein, and welcome to Chromatic Harmony. Until now, we've restricted ourselves to harmonic progressions that are diatonic, using only the notes available in a particular scale. But now we're going to open up our harmony to chromaticism, using accidentals, and this is going to allow us to actually move our music away from the key of 1 and change key. So there are two concepts we're going to learn, tonicizing and modulation. Tonicizing is when you briefly stop over at another key area. Modulation is when you stay there. In this video, we're headed toward the key of 5, and to get there, all we have to do is change one chord. The American national anthem gives us a good first look at tonicization. Check out the harmony in the second half. We're in the key of G major, and our progression is 1, 2, 5. As you know, the 2 chord is most often used as a predominant, a preparation for 5. In a major key, the 2 chord is supposed to be a minor triad, A minor in this case. But look at this bad boy. It's an A dominant 7th, or A7. And to get it, we've had to reach outside of our scale and put in an accidental, C sharp. Now here's how the Star Spangled Banner would sound if we just stuck to diatonic harmony and had a plain old 2 chord. Yikes, no Rocket's red glare in that. So to make our 2 chord sound even more like it wants to go to 5, we've intensified it, turning this diatonic A minor chord into A major and adding a 7th. Now it's a 2-7 chord, and we're gallantly streaming again. So in effect, what we've done is tonicize the key area of 5. This means we've shifted our sense of the home key from 1 to 5, and we've done it by creating a secondary dominant, also called an applied dominant. Just as our 5-7 chord has a strong tendency back to 1, this 2-7 chord leads strongly toward 5. Think of it this way. The 5-7 chord is a 5th above the 1 chord, and it creates an authentic cadence in the key of 1. Similarly, the 2-7 chord is a 5th above the 5 chord, and it gives us an authentic cadence in the key of 5. Now, as you know, the tendency tones are what really seal the deal in an authentic cadence. Here's the 5-7 chord going back to 1, with its tendency tones Fa and T leading irresistibly home. Then here's the secondary dominant, our 2-7 chord, leading us toward 5. Let's figure out the solfege for this chord. It's built on the second note of our G major scale, Re, so the solfege is Re, Fi, La, Do. Notice the altered solfege syllable Fi. That's the note we raised a half step to turn this 2 chord into a secondary dominant. You see, in diatonic harmony, this 2 chord would only have used the notes available in the G major scale, A, C, E, G, or Re, Fa, La, Do in solfege. But that gives us an A minor 7th chord, and we have to turn it into a dominant 7th for it to be a secondary dominant. So the third of the chord, Fa, has to be raised. The C becomes C sharp, and in solfege we say that Fa has become Fi. So that's the solfege for your secondary dominant, Re, Fi, La, Do. And just like any dominant 7th chord, it has 2 tendency tones. In this case, it's Fi and Do. These 2 tones are what really drive this 2-7 chord to 5. So now let's watch this secondary dominant do its thing in the Star Spangled Banner. Here's the 1 chord, G major. To avoid any
pesky parallel fifths,
we have the bass, alto, and tenor on the root, and the soprano has the 3rd. Then we're off to the secondary dominant, our 2-7 chord, A7. The bass has the root, A, and the soprano has the 3rd, C sharp. Again, this is the note we altered to make this chord a secondary dominant. Fa has been raised a half step to Fi. Our tenor takes the 5th, E, and the alto has the 7th, G. So our secondary dominant is re, fi, la, do. The soprano and alto have the tendency tones, fi and do. Watch them resolve when we go to the 5 chord. Fi resolves up to so, and do resolves down to ti. We've just created an authentic cadence in the 5 key area, or, in other words, we've tonicized 5. So to recap, start with your diatonic 2/7 chord, no accidentals yet, re, fa, la, do, and then raise fa a half step to fi. Now you have your secondary dominant, and your tendency tones are fi and do. When going from this 2/7 chord to 5, fi resolves up to so, and do resolves down to ti. One more way you can think of a secondary dominant, it's the 5 chord of the key you're trying to tonicize. So we can also say it's 5 of 5. Let's get some practice. Go to the key of C major. Here's a C major scale, and we want to tonicize the key area of 5. Our 5 chord, of course, is G major, and now we want to create a secondary dominant. That'll be a 2/7 chord. So start with your diatonic solfege, no accidentals yet, re, fa, la, do. That gives us a D minor 7th chord, and it'll certainly lead us to 5. But we want to intensify it, so turn fa into fi by raising it a half step. F becomes F sharp. Now we have re, fi, la, do, and that's our secondary dominant, 5 of 5. In this case, it's a D7 chord. How about another one? Let's go to the key of F major. Our 5 chord is C major, and we want to tonicize it. So create a 2/7 chord, re, fa, la, do, then turn fa into fi. B flat becomes B natural. That's our secondary dominant, a G7 chord, 5 of 5. Now, can we create secondary dominants in a minor key?
Absolutely.
But be careful, we have to add a step. Let's go to A minor. Our 5 chord will be E major, and we want to tonicize it. Set up your diatonic 2/7 chord, re, fa, la, do. Notice in a minor key, the diatonic 2 chord is a half diminished 7th, or minor 7th flat 5. So not only do we have to raise fa to fi, we also have to raise le to la if we want this to be a dominant 7th chord. Now we have our secondary dominant, a B7 chord, and that'll tonicize the 5 key area. So in minor keys, we have to change 2 notes in the 2/7 chord, fa to fi and le to la. Now, like any other chord, your secondary dominant doesn't have to be in root position. You can invert it. We have everything in root position here to start with. We're in D major, and our progression is 1, 4, 2, 7, 5. There's the secondary dominant, an E7 chord, tonicizing the 5 chord. So there's nothing wrong with this arrangement. But with everything in root position, our bass line is kind of jagged. If you want a smoother bass line, you can use inversions. Let's try it this way. We've got the exact same progression, but now we start on the 1 chord in first inversion, 1/6. Now the bass just rises a half step. Then we come to the secondary dominant, but again, it's inverted. The soprano has the root, and the 3rd is in the bass. So this is our 2/7 chord in first inversion, or 2/6/5. The alto takes the 5th, and the tenor has the 7th. Now, when we go to 5, the bass can just continue rising by a half step. That's fi, resolving up to so. Listen to the whole thing again. We now have a smooth, chromatic bass line. So using inversions of your secondary dominant can give you a conjunct, more melodic bass line. Just be sure your tendency tones resolve correctly. Here's our 2/7 chord again, with tendency tones fi in the bass and do in the alto. Fi still resolves up to so, and do goes down to T. Alright, that's how you tonicize the key area of 5. But have we actually modulated to that key? Listen to more of the Star-Spangled Banner. Notice how even after we've tonicized 5, we just go right back to 1. So we haven't modulated. In other words, we're still very much in the key of 1, and all the secondary dominant did was intensify the 5 key area. The same thing happens in this sonatina by Jan Dussek. There's 5 of 5, 5, and back to 1. Scott Joplin's Entertainer. Same story. So to truly change key, we have to do more than just tonicize 5. We have to stay there a while. Here's another sonatina by Clementi. We're cruising at an altitude of C major. There's 1, 6, 5 of 5, and 5. And this time we stay in the key of 5, G major. So this is true modulation, cementing the shift to a different key. Clementi even goes through a whole progression in this new key, just to make sure it sticks. G major, C major, F sharp diminished, and back to G major. So because we've modulated to G major, it no longer makes any sense to keep calling C major the 1 key area. G major is now our 1 chord, and from this point on, the Roman numerals should say 1, 4, 7 diminished, 1. And again, the turning point was that secondary dominant, this D7 chord, which in the key of C major was 2-7, but which is now the 5-7 chord in the new key of G major. So once again, we can write 5-7 of 5, or if you like, the dominant of the dominant. That's it, we've left home and we're changing key. So, to modulate to the key of 5, we need to turn our 2 chord into 5 of 5, the dominant of your dominant. Check out this video's worksheets, and you'll get the hang of tonicizing and modulation. And don't underestimate the importance of solfege. Remember, if the key of 5 is where you want to go, the way to get there is Re, Fi, Do.